because he black. Get from up under the tent. Man, y'all tripping. I ain't going nowhere. And they got a reputation of beating up people. The one he had to stab, he broke his daddy's ligaments. Big old strong. He should have killed both of them. He should have killed both of them with a that's minding his motherfucking business.
You know, the more and more I hear things about the Karmelo Anthony case, the more I believe that his parents are just completely screwing them over. Like, if he was able to put his parents on timeout, he should look into that as soon as possible, because they are out here destroying every opportunity that Karmelo has to have a lighter sentence, bro. Because now, ladies and gentlemen, you have Drew Anthony getting busy. Apparently, Karmelo's father, he's been getting busy trying to save his son. So the genius, instead of having lawyer statements come out, instead of having official, releases or press releases, anything, instead of doing that, Drew Anthony decides to, apparently, allegedly, go and attack Sarah Fields late night in the DMs, just berating her. She said incessantly texting her. So I don't know exactly what's going on there, but we're going to move forward into that also today. But on top of this, on top of all that, Drew Anthony also recruited somebody very familiar to a lot of y'all probably, Charleston White. Charleston White, the comedian, the guy who says absolutely outrageous things. Instead of go to a lawyer, instead of have meetings with a lawyer, you attack Sarah Fields, allegedly, and then you go get the most outrageous comedian to relay your message. And outrageous comedian he is, outrageous comedian he does. He's talking about how Austin Metcalf broke his dad's arms before, how Austin had a very bad anger issue. He's talking about how Jeff Metcalf was never even in the family, all types of things. Now, I think somebody could get sued without actual receipts and just talking out the mouth like this. Someone's liable to get sued out here. But anyways, without further ado, we're going to go into the whole shit show that is the Karmelo Anthony show and see exactly what's going on. Let's check this thing out. So how did we even get here? You know what I'm saying? How did we even get to the point of Sarah Fields revealing that Drew Anthony was even attacking her in her DMs? Because apparently this has been happening for a while. So it all starts from this one account called I Expose R Words and Pedos, right? We've covered this account before. We've covered the history of the person who possibly runs it. It's a grimy, disgusting individual who mainly posts misinformation. But it got a response because he was directly calling out Sarah Fields before he blocked her. So let's read the original post. It says, new. Charleston White apologizes to Karmelo Anthony after meeting his family and says he will beat all charges. He also claims that Austin Metcalf allegedly assaulted his own father, breaking his arm. Additionally, White accuses racist influencer Sarah Censored of being the reason Karmelo Anthony's family had to move, alleging she exposed their home address and they were receiving information from staff inside the Collin County court system. Okay, so number one, yes, she was receiving information from the Collin County court system. It's called freedom of information. Now, this is a really big claim. And apparently this is a claim that Charleston White had put forward as well, claiming that Sarah Fields actually doxed the Anthony family, just like how people are doxing the Metcalf family. Apparently it's Sarah Fields is the one that's doing this. So clearly that prompted a response, right? And this is where we get into all the messy details that have been going on behind the scenes, allegedly, right? So let's move forward. She reposts this, and I found it weird that I Exposed Pedos and Racists blocked her after making that post to let her respond, right? Don't post and then block her. But anyway, she responds by screenshotting that post. She says, unfortunately, this account has blocked me, so I can't respond directly. My reporting is backed on documentation and receipts, all publicly accessible through Freedom of Information Acts. Additional reporting comes from police reports and public court records. And that's what we're all going by. Exactly. Like, we all go to Sarah Fields because she drops it first, but we can all do this ourselves. Well, I mean, if you want to spend a little extra coin for it as well. So this is not something that she's like, secretly grabbing. Number one, we could at least clear that up. So This statement by Charleston White, started by Carmelo Anthony's dad, Drew Anthony, is an outright lie. No evidence has been shown for these ludicrous claims. I have never made my reporting a race issue, but one of a character. Drew Anthony sent me terrible Facebook messages, often incessantly at night. I threatened to release them publicly if he didn't stop, and he finally did. So one thing I want to point out right there's a lot of claims being thrown around the internet right now. We got Charleston White relaying the Drew Anthony message that she's the one that doxed him, right? We got two sides now. Now we got Sarah Fields over here claiming that he's sending horrible messages to her, and also that claim was a lie, is what she's saying. Both of these people, I feel like, have the ability to release some information to prove their claim. Drew Anthony, you're out there. She's out here doxing you. Don't tell Charleston White. Post it on your Facebook. Post the proof on your Facebook. Why are you telling Charleston White for him to go around the internet to rile up some stir? Post it on your Facebook. And then on the same side, Sarah Fields. I know the messages might be dirty, nasty, disgusting, but if you're making a claim like that, I believe that it's only right to drop the text messages as well, because that'll make your side look so much stronger. So now we have two people going back and forth. But the craziest thing, we all come back to it, Drew Anthony's the one that's supposed to be quiet. Sarah Fields is out here doing her job. She's going to post. She's going to respond. She's going to do all that stuff. You know, she's a reporter. It still baffles me that Drew Anthony is responding in this type of a way. You're going to send her mean messages because she's talking shit about your son? That's her job. Your job is to keep your son out of jail. The fuck are you doing? Now, all I can say that is this is all allegedly. I have not seen any text messages personally. But as the day progresses, hey, all bets are off. We might see a whole flood of crazy messages. But let's move forward. The MSM released neighborhood photos after the Anthony family set up a GSG, already claiming funds were partly for relocation. Interesting. So that would mess up the timeline in terms of her doxing them. They're already trying to move. So I don't know. I've received nothing from staff members. If I had, what sensitive information did I release that wasn't public? Please show me. This is a direct attack on my accurate reporting of the Metcalf family, and it's disturbing. The Anthony family and Dominique have worked hard to silence me, but I am not afraid and have done nothing wrong. Also, his name is Karmelo with a K, not Carmelo with a C. Because the Carmelo Anthony with a C plays basketball and doesn't stab people. So it's Carmelo with a K. Get that right, because I'm pretty sure Carmelo with a C would be very mad to have his name wrapped up with this bullshit. But anyways, let's move forward to Charleston White and what he had to say, because there's a whole snippet going around about how he feels so strongly that Carmelo Anthony's going to get out of this situation. Which to me, yeah, I mean, I don't think there's much of a chance of that, but let's go ahead and check this out.
I want to take the time to apologize to Carmelo Anthony's family. Man, I was all the way wrong about that kid. I was all the way wrong about that kid, homie.
Yeah, he was just indicted.
I was all the way wrong about that kid. I met with his father. I've been meeting with his father regularly. I had opportunity to talk, piece him up.
Hold on now. Just hold on. First and foremost, you've been meeting with his father regularly. You guys are just pals now. You smoke a blunt together. Like, what the fuck's going on? You've been meeting with his father regularly? Come on. Listen, bro. Listen. All we have right now is police report and video. What is so groundbreaking that changed your mind? I don't see it. This is Drew Anthony trying to get Charleston White on board because he knows he has a very viral presence on the internet. That's my opinion. Money can go a long way. If you put the right amount of money in front of somebody, they might go ahead and start acting the way you want them to. I'm not saying that's what happened with Charleston White, but it's just the moves that the family is making says it all for me.
He go beat these charges. I was under the impression that he brought a knife to school. So I'm taking a knife to school, fuck him. He didn't take a knife to school. He didn't even know these two white boys. These two white boys just came over there with him because he was with another kid that knew those white boys. So he a new black kid who these big old white boys, big white boys. He a small frame kid. One of the white boys was on that side, one of the white boys on that side. So either way go, they had him blocked in. And these some big white boys. These are some big, violent, aggressive white boys who got guns. And not only that, the one he killed whooped their daddy. See, the daddy coming into the picture playing like he been around. The dad ain't been around. We would think the black dad ain't around. The white dad ain't around. The mother don't even identify the daddy as the husband. So he must have been.
Now, number one, I did want to point that out. I just never got around to it. It doesn't seem like Jeff Metcalf and Megan Metcalf are together. They're definitely not together. The interviews are separate. The kid is Hunter's either at his dad's house or at his mom's house. So they're clearly separated, right? But what I'm trying to figure out is how can you claim all of this as fact and not show us no evidence, Charleston? Now, I don't know if Charleston is getting this information from Drew, which is exactly what it sounds like. So let's go back a layer further back then. Drew Anthony, how the fuck do you know about that? How do you know that Austin broke his dad's arm? That's a crazy claim. I want a picture. I want a video of them fighting. I need that. You can't just get on the internet and just say anything about anybody. That's not how this shit works. That's why I'm always like, oh, allegedly this, allegedly that. So basically, Charleston White is out here saying that Austin Metcalf broke his dad's arm, doesn't even like his dad like that, and Karmelo Anthony had no choice but to stab him. We had a police report saying that there was a knife. That's the only thing that I have. So what do you have? You're taking the parents' say-so for it? That's what you're coming with? In my opinion, I'm going with the police report every time. You're going to take a biased father's opinion that his son didn't take a knife to the school? Come on, bro. Charleston wasn't there. Drew Anthony wasn't there. So how are we going to take their word for it? The only person that was there who's still alive right now is Karmelo. And do you think he's really telling the God's honest truth to his dad too? Come on, bro. So it's like, how do you have this information? Now, I'm not saying that Jeff Metcalf is the best father in the world. I don't know. But you're saying that he got his arm broken by his kid and all types of shit. I need to know. I need to see the proof.
An abusive father. He ain't even been in their life. So he just come and get in the light. He just come and get in the light. So he a low down dirty cracker. His sons are bullies. They bullying on the kid. They no, because he black. Get from up under the tent. Man, y'all tripping. I ain't going nowhere. And they got a reputation of beating up people. The one he had to stab, he broke his daddy's ligaments. Big old strong cracker. He should have killed both of them. He should have killed both them Peckerwoods with a that's minding his motherfucking business, that don't bring harm to nobody. This kid ain't a bad kid. These bully white boys just fuck with the black baby. So now they trying to make it about race. No, it ain't about race. Justice was served when he killed that cracker.
Now that's crazy. Now remember, he was saying the exact opposite the other day. That's why when you hear Charleston White speak, you gotta take this shit. Like, man, listen. Wherever the money's at, Charleston White's the talking head for it. Now, it's interesting that he's talking daily with Drew, though. That's the most interesting part, because how do you know all this? Oh, they were boxing them in. How do you know? And then to go and say he should have stabbed both of them, that's truly outrageous. Nobody deserves to get stabbed, especially if they're not doing nothing. Now, again, we're going to get to see a lot of this information come out in trial. So if these two kids were bullies, hypothetically, we're going to find out. Trust me. If these kids were saints of the school, we're also going to find out. If there's family issues, we're going to find out. But the fact that Charleston White's bringing all this up, and this is coming from Drew Anthony before trial even starts, that's how it kind of gives me the idea. It's giving me the sense that he's trying to create this narrative before trial starts because he knows his son is guilty. Why? If this was all true, why would Drew Anthony tell someone like me, Charleston White, anybody on the internet that information? Why would he tell Sarah Fields? Why would he tell anybody on the internet that information? He would keep it to himself, and when he gets to court, bam! Oh my God, Carmelo Anthony is actually innocent. But no, you're streamlining this bullshit, streamlining it to like content creators? Nah. That's how I know this shit. That's how I know this has to be full of shit.
Self-defense. And the reason I say that is anybody can go see the video. Why do you think the media outlets ain't promoting to go see this video? You can go up to the school to see it. And if you go up to the school and see it, we all to see this kid will be found not guilty. But because it's in an all-white town in Crackerville and they done made it about race, whoever Sarah Fields is, Sarah Fields, you a rotten motherfucker. And if I just had some time, I would put an army behind this family, but I ain't got time. It's supposed to be an army because Sarah Fields and the father and somebody who works for the court have been releasing Carmelo Anthony's family information to Sarah Fields. She's been putting it online, and the white folk been going. So they've been having to move. All those lies made up, homie, they can't even get the GoFundMe money. So they hadn't even got, they can't even touch the Go. So they just trying to smear campaign, but that's what the cracker do. Boy, I wish I can go back to when I was seeing the type of shit. Boy, I wish they could have caught me 3 years ago when I was really on my let's go get the cracker shit. But homie, I wish I ain't got that spirit no more. So I'm saying, why black people ain't rallying around this family as they tried to rally around in the beginning?
No, see, that's the problem. And it's not a smear campaign. He's saying, why aren't black people rallying around this family? And this is the same thing I was talking about previously. Black people stop rallying around this family because they realize that the family's full of shit. Again, you got someone like Charleston White coming out, talking about personal information that could help in the trial. Oh, the kids were bullies. Oh, the dad was beaten on the Metcalf boys. Oh, this is what Charleston White's saying. Where did he get that from? He got that from Drew Anthony because he's sitting down having tea with Mr. Drew every other day, apparently. So you got Drew Anthony giving all this vital information to Charleston to go spread around. This sounds like the smear campaign to me because the only thing, listen, we deduce what we see on the internet and we make YouTube videos about it. That, me personally, right? Anything Sarah Fields ever posted wasn't opinion based. It was just paperwork. Everything we've been covering for the past month from Sarah Fields specifically, because we've been covering other stuff too, but anything from her specifically has just been paperwork. Freedom of act information. You think they wouldn't take these videos down or that information down if it was something that shouldn't be shown? So it doesn't make sense because how is she the bad person by just releasing info? You're the one on the other side. She releases documents. That's it. Y'all are on this side talking about some broken arms and fights that took place that we don't have no documents for. Let's get the CPS note. Get the Freedom of Information Act for the CPS note when they drove up to get Jeff Metcalf for beating his boys up and beating up his wife. Let's see that because that's what's actually big news right there. Oh my God, Jeff is a horrible person. But you're not doing that. You're just talking. You're talking, big dog. But you guys let me know what you think, man. I'm going to leave you there for now. There's a lot more information I do need to cover about this very topic, so I'm going to probably get back to you later on today. But it doesn't make sense. She's getting all this background information and posting it online and letting the white folk get on to. She's just posting paperwork, bro. And it's clearly not just the white folk because all the black folk stopped donating to that bullshit charity. You know why? Because they all realize that, oh, this kid is probably guilty as hell and his parents are pieces of shit. That's what I think. You know, everybody's entitled to their opinion. That's what I think. And it just feels, listen, money goes a long way. It just feels like this is a bot response to me, a purchased response. For like Charleston, go on out there and lead the dummies. Circle them all up and let's get this GoFundMe going back again. Because remember, nobody's donating shit. But I'm going to stop talking, man. Y'all let me know what you think in the comments. Definitely let me know what you think. Do you think Sarah Fields is the devil? Do you think she's out here doxing people? I mean, it seems crazy to even say out loud. We need facts. The only person who's been giving us facts and paperwork lately on this case is Sarah Fields. And now you want to go and shut all that down with what? Words? No, we need paperwork, buddy. We need paperwork. Y'all let me know what you think. I'm going to hit you guys real soon. Stay inside, stay safe. Peace.